Hey y'all, how you guys doing? So in episode 2 I want to talk about consistency. Yes, consistency, something that I'm guilty of. And I want to talk about video ideas in addition to having a niche. Is it really important? And knowing when to pivot. So that's like a bonus. I gotta remember I said pivot. So to kind of like keep it nice and neutral, do you have to be consistent on YouTube? Now, I think I mentioned this in episode 1. It's like it's all up to whatever you want it to be. If you really want to make something out of it, you know, yes, you have to be consistent. And think about anything in your life. If you want something to work, you know, you have to be consistent with it. And I don't mean consistent to like, you know, just, you know, uploading. Try to have a schedule if you can. It can be hard, but when things do work, you know, sometimes it's like you got to play with the algorithm. You don't play with the algorithm. Me personally, I'm going to share with you my experience on consistency. My channel is very old. Very old. Okay, I've had it since 2011, right? Then I started posting on it in 2012. So you do the math, right? I was very consistent in the beginning when things were simple in the YouTube world, right? And then as time went on, you know, things are getting a little more complicated. You got a little bit more competition, more people coming on the platform. So now you got to kind of gear things a little bit differently. You can't, you know, you got to kind of wean out the clickbait from what the real stuff is. The sun is coming out. Can you see this, guys? So it's all in my face. I got me some wine, y'all. I'm gonna get into why I got me some wine. So, and I said I wasn't gonna drink no wine. So going back into, you know, having a channel for so long, my channel kind of took a dive, right? And took a dive because of my own doing, not because of YouTube, because of my own doing. Now, I'm kind of feel like I'm being punished, and rightfully so, because I wasn't consistent. You have a channel that you done babied, you done nurtured, you done turned into a brand, and then you stop due to personal life reasons or whatever, just because you wanted a break. You know, you just didn't want to do it anymore. And then here you go trying again. You try again, you get some rhythm, get some momentum, everything's just going good. Boom. Now you're trying to take another break. Now you're trying to get back in the groove again, and now things have changed 10 times from the beginning to the second time. So you're like, oh God, where do I go? What do I do? The same things that I did before, they're not doing anymore. That's why it's good to stay consistent, so you can stay on top of what is going on and how things are moving along, because you want to keep up with, and I hate to say the word fly. I hate to say the word trend. I hate to say the word trends, but you do want to kind of keep up what's going on, because right now, look at here. Who would have ever thought YouTube would have shorts like Reels and TikToks on here? So it's evolving, so you want to kind of keep up what's going on. But to kind of reel it back in and to stay on track, consistency is important. And I've come to realize how me not being consistent, how it has hurt my channel. Like, again, not nothing of YouTube, but all of me. And now that I'm sitting here and I'm putting out videos, you know, providing and trying to be consistent, it's like I'm going against the grain, because it's like, now you want to do right and you supposed to have did right before. You get what I'm trying to say. So consistency is very important. Now understand, everybody can't be consistent, everybody can't keep it going, because, you know, like, again, life happens. It happened to me. Don't feel bad. You know, this is what I'm gonna share something with you later on in regards to pivoting, and the reason why I think I might need to pivot. Coming up with video ideas. I like to ask my audience. I think we all should do that in some shape, some form of fashion. Ask your audience, because they're the ones that's watching. You're creating for them. You're creating for yourself as well, because you have to find some form of enjoyment in it. But you ultimately, you're creating, you know, for your audience. And you don't want to create things that they don't want to see. You know, you want to definitely keep it in the realm of things. And, you know, again, I'm learning, you know, again, I'm a creature of habit. I did videos the way I did it before, and then what I was seeing when I came back, and it's like, hey girl, we ain't doing that no more. You got to move and be with what's going on. You know, titles are not the way they used to be. Titles was more of a how-to, 5 steps, you know, the best. You know, that's not no more. That works still in the blogging world, but on YouTube it don't work like that no more. And you know, I realize that, but I don't want to let go. But when it comes to video ideas, ask your audience. If you are a content creator, look into your analytics, look on the back end, see what other channels your audience is watching, see what kind of videos they're making. Don't mimic them, don't clone them, but kind of, you know, do it to where it fits you. That's how you can make videos that your audience wants to see. So, prime example, if you're in the fashion industry and you know that's your thing, you know, you do a lot of fast fashion like Zara, H&M, you know, Forever 21, anything along those lines. That's fast fashion. By the way, I do enjoy fashion. I do enjoy fast. I can't even get it out. Fast fashion. If you know that right now, you know, the Zara hauls are going in because everybody's looking for the new 4 pieces, everybody's looking for the new workwear, whatever the case may be. If you know that's what they're liking, won't you try to make one? Hey, it may not get that many views, but it can kind of get the momentum when they start saying, okay, well, the algorithm, okay, Susie posted her 4 finds at Zara. Here you go doing 4 finds at Zara, but you do your title a little bit different, do your video way different, and now YouTube is like, okay, well, Susie posted this viewer watches Susie and they watch Jane, so they might like Jane's, and then that's how they recommend. So we got to kind of be strategic in this whole thing. You know, it's a process, y'all. It's a process, but that's one way how you come up with video ideas. Me personally, I do like to make videos that I like to watch, and I have to understand, just because I like to watch those videos doesn't mean my audience like to watch those videos. And that took me forever to realize. So now I understand, Kelly, you like motivational things, you like the self-help, self-development. Not saying you guys don't like that, you guys do like that, but you guys like skincare, you guys like makeup, you guys like what else do you like? A lot of them do like self-development stuff. You guys like that. So I have to figure out how to still incorporate that vlog style, or even sit down style, like how right now we're sit down, we're talking, because we're just providing information. I want to give it to you. I'm not going to dance around. I want to give it to you. So I have to understand that, you know, Kelly, times have changed. You can't expect your audience to change and grow with you. You have to grow with your audience, and it's nuts. You might be like, well, Kelly, they watching you through your journey. But remember, Kelly was doing natural hair back in 2012. Kelly ain't got an ounce on her head, okay? If all I do have is an ounce. You know, right now I don't really wear that much makeup. I do wear it sometimes, but I'm more into skincare. You guys already told me loud and clear y'all want to see the skincare videos, so guess what? Kelly gotta bring the skincare videos. I gotta bring them. You guys know, I mean, at the end of the day, even though I might have dry to normal skin, some of you may have oily, some of you may have combination. I still have to provide what my audience likes and what you guys have. I can share with you products. I may not use those products, but I can still share with you and do research so I can provide the information for you. You know, it's about providing value and having quality content. So that's how I would come up with video ideas. In addition, you can still sprinkle in there what you like and what you want to make, because you still have to find enjoyment in it. It's to find enjoyment in it. Next up, having a niche. Having a niche. Is having a niche important? Guys, it is. I had to sit back and analyze my channel. I'm very analytical. I am a financial analyst by day, okay? I analyze numbers, I analyze all that. I had to put that analytical hat on and say, Kelly, you know how to do this. Analyze this and get it straight. Okay, so let me tell you what I did for my own channel. Now, a person on the outside could probably analyze my channel and they might come up with something different than what I did, but I'm going to tell you what I did. regardless of what time and what era we are in when it comes to the YouTube world, algorithms, no algorithms or not, do I think having a niche is important? Absolutely. Because people will binge watch you. How I know? There's people that I like that make the same type of motivational stuff, and I will binge watch. I will even watch a video twice because it brings enjoyment, and something that was in that video enlightened me, and I want to keep it going so it can just keep pouring into me, if that makes any sense. So when I first started out, natural hair and makeup, they went hand in hand, right? That was a niche. I sprinkled other things in there, how a little fashion here, you know, did a little bit, nothing major. Cause that's, you know, I'm simple with it. I am so simple with it. Like right now I have on this Forever 21 little crop. I don't wore it a million times. Probably seen it on my Instagram a million times. And I got it with a little satin skirt. I will rewear my things. But that's not even what we're talking about, right? We're talking about niches. Where were we going with this? I just forgot really quick. Okay, so I was doing natural hair and makeup. Then later on, moved on, got really heavy into wigs, making wigs and makeup. Still hand in hand, right? Now, big chopping, doing all that stuff, how you protecting your hair underneath your wigs, all that stuff go hand in hand. Did that for a long time. I found pure enjoyment out of it because I really enjoyed making wigs. I was even selling them at one point. But that's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to continue to do that because I knew I could not sustain that. I could not sustain me making wigs, and I couldn't. And then as I'm getting older, I'm getting cold, I'm getting hot, I'm doing this, and I was like, I need to take this off my head. So that was another thing. And then once I cut my hair, it kind of went good. I was doing little natural hair videos about when I did my big chop. I was twisting out, I had my little taper side, still was going good. But then it was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I stopped. Life hit me. Now I'm doing vlogs. I don't know how to vlog, but that's what everybody's doing. So I'm trying to run with the race. Okay, now I'm figuring it out. I got my little groove. I understand it a little bit. So now I'm vlogging. You know, you telling a story and all that good jazz. So now I have to tell a story, bring you along, and, you know, do the whole shebang, right? Now that I really don't have a niche, it's hurting me because I'm not consistent with letting YouTube know, okay, your people are watching these ladies over here that are making these type of videos, but you're not making them type of videos. So either you're gonna get on the bandwagon and you're gonna make videos like that, or you're gonna still be in the hole. So in my opinion, having a niche is important, but yes, you can still do what you want to do. You don't have to box yourself in. You don't have to box yourself in to the point where it's like, all I do is makeup. You know, you're MUA, makeup artist, you know, you just doing makeup, or you're doing makeup reviews, hauls, you know, you're trying out foundations. You don't have to be so niche like that because now you're boxing yourself in. But you can definitely do things like beauty, fashion, lifestyle, where you kind of like, you can play around with makeup majority of the time, but then you can do things like your beauty room, you know, come shopping with me, buying makeup, you know, and you're entwining other things. So it took me a minute to kind of understand, I hope you get what I'm trying to say, where you're not really boxing yourself in. You have your thing which you're known for, but yet you incorporate other things to where you can still be you, and you can bring in other audience that might like what you do. Does that make any sense? I think it does. So let's get into me. I really found great pleasure, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, when I was talking about like self-development, personal development things, you know, like therapy, anxiety, depression, and things like that. Just sharing, because I know there's other women out here who's going through that. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, maybe people don't want to hear about it, but if I can help one person, that would just soothe my soul. Because I know what I went through, and I know how it felt, and it wasn't pretty at all. It hurt because, you know, you don't want to pour all your pain and energy on other people who are thriving in their life. Nobody wants a Debbie Downer around them. Not at all. They don't want that. So I do want to get back into that, but I want to get back into it more in a self-motivational space where I can still talk about those things, but kind of show and guide, you know, on a lighter note, if you will. You know, when you're going through those hard times, how to just move away from it. You know what I mean? I know sometimes it's hard, especially when, you know, you have families and husbands and boyfriends and girlfriends and all type of things, children, parents. Sometimes it's hard to kind of like remove yourself from things because you have to be there. But we do have to make time, guys. Side note, I finally booked my appointment for my massage. Finally. Let me tell you something. I have to make time for myself, and so do you. So in saying all of that, I do want to focus on, you know, us women diving deep into ourselves, you know, really pouring into ourselves, you know, self-development and personal development is two different things. Personal development is for like someone who is shy, who wants to step out a little bit and, you know, be a little bit more social. That's personal. Self-development is like, look, I want to do things the same, just a little bit better. You know what I mean? Just a little I like who I am, but I just want to, you know, do things a little bit different. I want to, you know, build some better habits, you know, be a little bit more structure, you know, in my life, or provide some more structure in my life. And that's more self-development, you know, things like that. So that's where I am, and I want to share those type of things with you guys. And of course, beauty is not going nowhere, so beauty will definitely be there. Skincare will be there, but I have to be very strategic, because not only am I providing information to you guys, I still have to abide by the YouTube rules and the algorithm. That makes sense. So I hope I'm letting you know and giving you some kind of insight on how that can help you when you're thinking about, you know, your content, if you need a niche, you know, all those different things. You know, think about it in that aspect. If you know you like to do a little bit of everything, but have that one thing and build off of that one thing, if that makes any sense. Prime example, any event, you have someone that is into hair, right? They have a pixie haircut, because pixie haircuts are really popular on YouTube, right? So you have a pixie haircut, you do pixie videos. You can only do with so many, but when you do those videos, they still do very well. However, you don't want to get caught in that box. You can branch out. So let's get into pivoting. I gotta take a little cocktail for this one. Just a little bonus. But before I get into about pivoting, when to know to pivot. I told you guys I wasn't drinking wine anymore because of the sulfur in it, and plus it's more so in red wine, because it was making my fingers swell, my feet, and all of that good stuff. But I wanted wine today because today I ended one of my assignments, and I start a new assignment, well, tomorrow, but really Monday. And I'm super excited because I sit here and I preach so much about working hard for yourself because you work hard for your employer. But sometimes I feel like you're just so conditioned in this workforce to excel in something that you work so hard for. You want to see the fruits of your labor. So today I had an amazing, me and a couple of other individuals, it was all of our end of our assignment, and we celebrated. And I'm just grateful that I'm in a career that I can be myself. You know, sometimes you have to be somebody different in your career where you feel you can't be yourself because of your environment. And I really feel like me being myself has what got me to where I am. That's enough about that. Oh God, I'm just happy. I bought myself some flowers, and I bought myself a bottle of wine to kind of celebrate my next milestone in my career, because I'm grateful. Me and my family, we're gonna go out. Not this weekend. This weekend I'm going out. And we're gonna celebrate big, because not only did I make some accomplishment, my daughters made some accomplishments, and I want to celebrate my daughters. One thing about me, I am that mama that celebrate my kids. I will, anything they do. You got a new tooth? Okay, let's go. We going to celebrate. That was when they were kids, but even when they big, I like to celebrate. I love it. I feel like those are memories. Those are memories. But back into regular programming, pivoting, how to know when to pivot. I'm going to share something with you guys. We're having a transparency moment. I was thinking about pivoting. I was thinking about pivoting and starting a new channel, because I really feel like YouTube is giving newer channels, smaller channels, more burn, more exposure, you know. And I was like, you know what, Kelly, maybe you're gonna have to start a new channel, upload over there, and then see what happens. Or maybe keep your channel, still upload on it, but just start some different content over there. But I look at it like this: when you got one baby, one kid, you running with your head cut off. Now you got 2 babies, 2 kids. You like, oh my God, I don't want 2 children. So I said I was going to make a plan. Stick to the plan. Stop changing the plan midway through or 1 week in, because I've made so many plans and I changed the plan 1 weekend, 2 weekends. I felt like I wasn't getting the rhythm that I needed, and you know, that instant gratification. But I said, you know what, Kelly, it don't matter if 1 is watching or 100 is watching. Cater to the ones that are watching, and that is you. So I'm going to continue to cater to the ones who are watching, and I thank you. And what I'm going to do, and my phone just buzzed, and what I'm going to do is make my plan, stick to my plan, and I'm going to ride this little horsey out to the end of the year. I made that up. Me and my daughter, my baby helps me a lot with my channel. Oh my God. And she wants to see it flourish, but yet she's like, Mommy, maybe we need to do a new channel. So we did do a new channel last night. I'm just putting it out there. And today we said, Ma, you gotta just do more. I'm telling you, my kids, they ride for me. So I'm gonna do more. So I may get on your nerve. If I get on your nerve, I'm sorry. But I gotta put my best foot forward. And I want you guys to help me. You know, if you want to share my videos, if you want to like it, if you want to comment, you know, thumbs up is always good. Subscribing is always good. You know, so a lot of people don't like to, you know, ask their followers for what they want, but they feel like that's like begging. But my thing is, you know what? You guys are here. Why not? How is it gonna hurt? You know what I mean? And this is life as a content creator, and I just want to share with you that, you know, for some it's easy and for some it's not, you know. But I know for me, mine was self-inflicted because I pretty much stopped, you know. So when you do that, that's things that happen, you know. That's like you get a job and then you get laid off, and then you don't find another job, and now you're sitting here and you're 2 years out and you're like trying to get back into the workforce, and they're asking, what do you do for the last 2 years? You know, it's like you didn't update your skills, you know, because skills do update. So it's the same kind of concept. So, in saying all of that, if you have any video request ideas that you want to see on this series, please leave it down below. I want to say thank you for those of you who commented on my last video on episode 1, and you guys said you liked the content and you can't wait to see what's next to come. I'm excited. I'm taking baby steps because I do want to show more behind the scenes, and I want to show you guys how I do record my videos, how I edit, how I fill out descriptions, the description box, all that, because at the end of the day, I want to share what I know. In addition to that, things are changing and I've learned so much along the way, and I want to share that with you. So next episode we're going to cover, I know many of you have full-time jobs, so we're going to cover how do I manage my full-time job in addition to being a full-time YouTuber, and also some behind the scenes, how I set up, how I, you know, do things for makeup videos, how I do things for vlogs and all that good stuff, some of my equipment. So I'm going to share that with you. So just stay tuned, and thanks for being here. See you in the next episode.